right, we rarely see something like this, a possible government shutdown before a presidential election. October 1 is when all of that could happen if they don't cobble together some sort of a spending deal, and they're a long way from that. We've got Texas Congressman Brian Babin with us, kind enough to sort of sort out where the divides are. Congressman, great having you. It's been a long time. Where is this now?
Well, the speaker's pulled it. We don't have the votes to pass it. You know, quite frankly, we had some Democrats that voted with us on our SAVE Act, which absolutely forces anybody registering to vote to prove their citizenship. So I think the speaker thought this would enhance us having a better and more secure election coming up, and would also keep the government open until March. Unfortunately, we're going to lose most of those Democrats. We're going to lose a bunch of our own Republicans. And I tell you what, I think the Democrats may want a shutdown because they think they can blame it on us, but they don't want to. They want to avoid the responsibility for a lot of the things that they've caused over the last 3.5 years in the Biden-Harris administration. Period.
Has Donald Trump weighed in on this, Congressman? I mean, I think he supports the gist of what you're trying to do here, but is he concerned about how it might boomerang on Republicans if it comes to pass?
Well, the latest I've heard is that the former president wants us to hold tough on this thing, and even if it shuts the government down, to do that, to stand on our principles of having a fair election. I can't argue with that. Because I look back in the 2020 election, Neil, and I saw a lot of irregularities and anomalies that we absolutely do not want to see repeated. We have done our job in the House of Representatives. We've passed at least half of our appropriations bills. We've passed a lot of good bills, sent them on to the Senate, and Schumer just simply won't take them up. They've passed absolutely zero appropriations bills, which has now forced us into this continuing resolution solution that we have here, or better known as a CR. It's not an ideal thing at all. Especially, I'm the chairman of the subcommittee on space and aeronautics. I'm a former military guy. It really hurts our space program. It hurts our military because we have to live by last year's budgets, and we don't want to have to do that, especially as the Chinese are putting us in a space race. They're coming on very, very strongly. We cannot afford our military to get into second place.
You know, Congressman, while I have you, you did mention the former president. A lot of your Republican colleagues are joining to say that he missed a great opportunity to debate the other night. Lindsey Graham essentially pounding that theme. How did you feel about it?
I think that President Trump did a fine job. I'm not going to lie. There was a couple of places I think he could have come back, you know, healthcare, et cetera, climate change. You know, I believe that, of course, the ABC moderators, they were part of the team. There wasn't any question of the Democrat team. There wasn't any question. It was Trump against those three. And they wanted to keep going back. And I heard Ms. Harris say, we need to move forward. We need to move forward. And at the same time, she keeps wanting to talk about race. She keeps wanting to talk about.
But you don't think he did anything wrong, or that he, you know, she knew if she zinged him on a couple of things that he took her bait, ran with it, and didn't do as good a job as he could have done?
Well, you know, you can always. Everybody makes mistakes, Neil, and I thought he did an adequate job. I tell you, all the people need to do out there, Neil, is to just ask themselves, am I better off today or was I 4 years ago? And with the inflation, the open borders, the crime, the potential for terrorism that we're having, the lack of our diminished status on the world stage, the likelihood of a World War III in the future with Ukraine, et cetera, going on. I think people, if they really think about this thing, there is no other place to go this November except to vote for Donald Trump, because of the 4 years under him, we had the best economy in 5 decades. We had a secure border. You know, the groceries, the gasoline, the inflation that the prices that we're having to endure today. I think the average family's spending $14,000 a year more because of Biden and Harris inflation. And so I really believe that if they will eyeball this thing from that standpoint, there's no other vote they can cast.
Okay. I tell you what, Congressman, Donald Trump should be talking to you because you articulated clearly and concisely what he should have a couple of nights ago. So maybe you should get on the horn with him. But always good seeing you, sir. And thank you for your service to this country as well.